Chalk this up to, again, that consensus in science is never completely solved. We always have doubters, and the doubters always need a platform because they can find incredibly important information. This is huge, what I'm about to read, for retirement planning, for sure, for retirees and particularly older people. Gigantic. So let's read this. This is just fantastic. Protein in good cholesterol might reduce dementia risk, study finds. And we'll just read the UPI study, and then we'll read the JAMA article here in just a second. Older adults with higher levels of specific protein in their blood have better cognitive function and might be at lower risk for dementia than those with lower levels. This is a study published Friday by JAMA. The protein APOE, they call it APO3 in the article here in just a second, is found in high-density lipoprotein, HDL, which is also known as a good cholesterol. What contains lots of HDL? Eggs. Eggs do. And for the longest time, we're told that eggs are bad. And yet eggs, it turns out, is a superfood. Isn't that interesting? For the longest time, eggs are bad. Don't touch eggs because cholesterol will lead to heart disease. How many people literally died because of that bad science? That was the consensus for many years. Ansel Keys and others. And if you challenge that, you were robbed of funding. It's never mind just put away from your ability to have peer reviews, almost identical to climate change, people today. It's nuts. Its benefits are only seen when HDL does not contain another protein called APOC3, which has been linked with heart disease, the researchers said. Actually, we're going to talk about here in just a second. I'm not quite sure they say it's been linked to heart disease. They actually say there's no benefit if you have APOC3, but there is a benefit if you have APOE without the APOC3. So we'll talk about the lower APO3 is a known risk factor for dementia. Lower apolipoprotein E, APO3, is a known risk factor for dementia, lower. But the underlying biological mechanisms aren't fully understood, says the study. So let's just, ultimately the findings could help shape lifestyle-based treatments, like changes to diet and exercise, to slow or prevent dementia progression, help doctors identify older adults at risk for decline in cognitive disease. Earlier research has indicated that APOE3 has a cardioprotective effect, meaning it may help prevent the development of heart disease. APOC3 has been linked with the development of atherosclerosis, narrowing of the heart arteries, which is a precursor for heart disease. Let's see. In addition, a study found that the people with a genetic mutation, APO3, were at increased risk for serious illness for COVID-19. Let's see. Okay, so let's just read the article. Participants with higher APOE3 and HDL with no APOC3 were 14% less likely to develop dementia. So basically, if you have the right here. However, participants with elevated APOE3 and good cholesterol containing APOC3 did not have a reduced risk. So that's again what I'm saying. So APOC3 doesn't make you have higher risk. It just doesn't give you the benefit if you only have APOE3. I wonder if they talk about what kind of food. Anyway, but remember, eggs have lots of HDL. So here's a Journal for American Medical Association article, dateline July 10th. Association of APOE3 in lipoprotein subspecies with risk of dementia. In the case cohort, including 1,351 community-dwelling participants, 74 years and older, the presence of APOE, not APOE3, I keep saying E, it's APOE, it's APOC3, of APOE and HDL that lack APOC3 was associated with better cognitive function and decreased risk of dementia. In contrast, the presence of APOE and high-density lipoproteins, HDL, that contain APOC3 was unrelated to cognitive function and risk of dementia. The findings of the study extend the beneficial associations of the novel APOE positive, APOC3 negative lipoprotein from cardiovascular disease to dementia. The point. For many moons, we've been told don't touch eggs. Eggs are bad. Fats are bad. Carbs are good. Blah, 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 blah. And that was the science of the day. And now we're slowly, well, it's not even slow anymore. This is like this massive just tipping point going against the previous orthodox. And that's what happens all the time. That's why people say, I trust the science. Well, trust the science until the science changes. And right now it's changing in favor of eggs, high carbs or high fat stuff for sure, low carbs, lower carbs without question, but having fats, adding HDL. All cholesterol is not made the same. LDL, HDL, you want HDL. The LDL is not that big of a deal, but you want to improve your HDL for sure. So you improve your good cholesterol, HDL, which has eggs, is going to be beneficial to you for sure, man. And that means you have less risk of Alzheimer's. And look, this is just an initial study. I don't know. But at the end of the day, improving your diet can go a long way to obesity, to cardiovascular disease, reducing that, to just changing your lifestyle where you can actually live a more just prosperous life in retirement for sure. All right, I'll put links in the show notes. Thanks now.